Now, let me ask you, just like focusing on that,
Hmm.
what sort of changes in your identity have you found, like, since you started engaging in art? Have you noticed, like, a complete shift in, like, worldview of just, like, overall more confidence, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so for sure. I let go of a lot of anxieties that I had, a lot of just problems that I was not letting go of, because I was such a perfectionist. I was always beating myself up and
Yeah,
always
yeah.
in this own conflicted, conversation with myself in the background that wouldn't allow me to live in the moment. And then, I'm a very spiritual person as well. So everything just culminated and I just started breathing a lot more. I started
Yeah.
focusing on things that I loved. I took up plants. I grow peppers at home. I got a few bonsai trees, that
Oh,
kind of shit.
nice.
And I got that all set up in my room, which is very awesome in the winter because I have a little touch of summer in there.
Really? What is
Yeah.
it? It's just like a little, like, is it a bonsai-like tree, or?
Well, one is a Fukian tea tree bonsai. They're like a little one, got little green, leaves on it, a little tiny shrub basically.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
another one that's Mount Fuji Sarissa bonsai. That one's got these really like green and white speckled kind of leaves.
Okay.
And they're very tiny. And that one I have to keep in a terrarium because it needs high humidity.
Really?
Yeah, and I have that in there with the orchids and also this
Oh, I love
little
orchids.
baby onion that I plucked from like my neighbors or whatever. I just saw it. I was like, boop. It was budding from the top because it was at the end of its season. So I was like, yep, okay, it's a baby. I'm just going to plant it, see what happens.
Man, I love orchids. They're so beautiful to look at. What sort
Mhm.
of orchids do you have?
They're like these micro orchids.
Okay, okay,
Just
yeah,
a
yeah.
white one and a purple one.
That's cool.
Yeah, they just started getting flowers now. They haven't opened yet, but it's going to be cool.
Actually, I don't know if you're really into reading at all, but have you ever heard of this book called The Orchid Thief?
No.
It's about this guy down in Florida who, like, would go into like the swamps and that, like, looking for rare orchids.
Oh.
And just like his well, mostly his journals, and well, maybe not his journals, but this reporter's journaling of him as she kind of followed him around. But yeah, super interesting. You learn a lot about orchids,
Wow, that's cool.
and yeah, I don't know, he's just a super interesting character, just in general, like, one of those kind of like eccentric characters. Well, I mean, if you're going to be jumping around the swamps in Florida, you're going to be
gotta
pretty
live
out
it.
there.
You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
accept it.
I mean, you're a
Yeah.
Florida man, but you're just into orchids.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. I don't know. Just kind of going back to what we were talking about, though. You're talking about like those voices in the back of your head. And, the one thing I will always say is that nothing silences those negative thoughts than engaging in art, playing an instrument, like, just doing something of
Yeah.
skill that requires focus.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think that is?
Well, for me, it was really, let going of a lot of that stuff, but instead of being a perfectionist as I was and not loving myself because of it, I always wanted to be something more, and always trying to get there, but I never wanted to fake it before I made it.
Right.
Which therefore making me never going to make it. And it also gave me a lot of anxiety because of that. So I finally let go of that. I broke that cycle that I realized I was stuck in,
Well, and also
and I loved myself again.
yeah, and I feel
Even
like
though,
when you get in those mindsets too, it's like you're not even like chasing the that you're gonna be the man. You're chasing an ideal version of like that's just something that's never going to be.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're chasing an abstract thought of who you think you want to be, but it isn't necessarily who you are or who you're supposed to be.
Society.
Yeah, who you think society needs to make you.
And that's why I mean about I meant about culture. We have to break our preconceived notions. You know what I mean? Those are the things that tie everybody, to the crap, basically. If everybody tried to do what they were happy doing instead of, specifically what was going to make money, everybody would be a lot happier.
Man, I feel like a lot of people feel trapped that they like can't even do that though, because
I know.
I mean, so many people are stuck in like their dead end job that
Yeah.
they're at,
I get it.
8 hours a day. And when they get home, they're just too tired and too frustrated to want to do anything.
I know that feeling.
And you know what? Like sometimes you just got to kick yourself in the ass and just do it.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the best advice I think I was ever given is that a professional is someone who goes to work even when they don't want to.
Yep, exactly.
Like if you're a professional, you're gonna
point.
power through it You know,
Yeah, you have to. It's got to get done.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I mean, you know that more than anybody building up a small business. You know,
Yep. Well, you know, reaching deadlines and all that.
well, not only that, but reaching deadlines, and then last minute, the client wants a change that wasn't agreed upon.
Websites.
Yeah. Oh, websites for
Always.
sure.
Always.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And you know what sucks about it is with like competition like Squarespace, like you have to be willing to go the extra mile and add those personal touches every single time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because well, I mean, you're just talking about technology becoming more available, so more people are going to be creative. Like man, doing stuff like that is so much fun.
Yeah.
I created a Squarespace account just so I can goof around and make fake websites.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's
like
funny ass one you send to your friends.
yeah,
You know?
absolutely, dude. I think they had like that export demo feature for a while too.
Oh, nice.
So you could have like screenshots of what each page looked
Oh,
like.
that's cool.
yeah, I made some goofy ass ones. It was a
Nice.
good time. But but just going back, like, customer service in general, when it comes to small businesses, like, even though it exhausts you, like, that's what's going to put you over the top.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. And that's actually what I love about the business that I'm in. I have a face-to-face contact for the most part.
Okay, that's great.
We end up having a meeting or something with them first to discuss all the details, and then we figure it out, from there.
Right.
And more often than not, I'd say all of our clients that we've had, we became very good friends with, and we're doing more work with always. So it's been working out very beautifully. So,
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
Well, I think that's also like one of the things I love about art primarily is its ability to bring people together. Like even like, people of like minds to collaborate on projects because, well, I mean, you think about all the art that goes into throwing on a concert. It's not just the band, but you're going to have an artist to do the poster. You're going to have decorations put up. You're going to have a specific vibe you're going for. Like, yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of collaboration that goes into those types of events. Just like there's, well, I mean, you look at like a gallery and just the amount of collaboration with different artists that go into it, into that kind of experience where every little piece of wall is its own individual experience.
Right.
And it's how they kind of mesh together, you know?
Yeah. People focus on which ones you're going to see together. And they'll make that part of the experience. Yeah. It's crazy. Every little bit, even the parts we don't even realize that are just subconscious are a big part of art already.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about it. It's the unconscious. The thing that kind of unites everybody.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that collective unconscious. And
same.
I don't know. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this podcast is that I feel that like when more people hear about the process of art and how it's helped people engaging in it and how it's helped people find their specific voice, their specific expression, it inspires them to want to do the same. I mean, and inspiring people to want to just do it, no matter what it is skill wise, no matter what you want to do, like just inspiring people to do it because, your experience just doesn't have to be your job or your family. Like you can take that time to, develop something, even if it's just for you.
Give yourself a choice.
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
don't have one, give yourself one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it gives you
difficult.
such an outlet too. Everybody needs an outlet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Depending on what that outlet is, I wouldn't necessarily say like drinking would probably be the best outlet for it. Though, people do choose that when they don't have a better option.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. If they were focusing on something else that made them happy, maybe they wouldn't really drink as much.
Yeah.
The problem with drinking is people that are like sad drinking.
Yeah.
It's not the happy drinkers that are the alcoholics.
No. Happy drinkers don't want to party on a Wednesday night usually.
Right.
When they gotta get up the next morning.
Unless they got Thursday off.
Yeah,
That's a weird
absolutely.
schedule.